Time now for a round of questions and answers with Elizabeth Warren, the senior senator from Massachusetts. Our Chip Reid found her at a favorite spot.
We love this place, and this is like all the places down on the water, but are usually only there in the summer.
When Senator Elizabeth Warren is home in Cambridge, Massachusetts, there's a good chance you'll find her here at the Summer Shack. It's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Which is also a Boston place.
That's right, exactly.
And there's Jasper. Look who's here. How are you, dear?
The staff at this New England seafood joint have known her for years.
All about you.
So she hasn't let being a senator go to her head.
She's just a local girl.
You should give back the money that you took while this scam was going on.
But this is the Elizabeth Warren most of us know.
You make it clear that Wall Street won't change until we make it change.
A fierce critic of Wall Street, a senator with a message you've probably heard before.
The system is rigged. That's how a rigged system works. The game is rigged. Against hardworking people, the game is rigged.
You've been talking about this middle-class theme, the system is rigged, for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you sound like a broken record?
You know, this, I admit, it truly is my life's work.
And her life story. In 1960s Oklahoma, Warren's mother supported the family on a minimum wage job at Sears.
A higher minimum wage saved my family. A low minimum wage today is dragging families who work sometimes 3 jobs and still can't support a family. That's not right. And it's not on the heads of the families who work. It's on the heads of politicians in Washington who decide that corporate interests are vastly more important than those of working people.
That gets you very emotional.
Yes, it does.
Is it fair to say it gets you angry?
Yes, it does. And it gets me in the fight. And it's why I say this fight is our fight. So you may get a lot of investment.
Which is also the title of her latest book, out Tuesday, on what she calls the disappearing middle class. And make no mistake, for this 67-year-old grandmother of 3, it is personal.
This is the best way I know to fight for their future.
Are they going to be better off than your generation?
The odds are not in their favor. When I grew up in America, the chances that a kid would do better than her parents were better than 90%. Today, the chances that a kid is going to do better than her parents are less than a coin toss.
For inspiration, you may be surprised to learn Warren looks to our 26th president, a Republican whose trust-busting policies toward corporate America she thinks reflect her own.
I'm a huge Teddy Roosevelt fan. And do you know why? He said, we got to get rid of those giant corporations. We got to break them up. And the reason for doing that is he said they exercise too much political power. And we can't have that in a democracy.
Do you want to do what Teddy did?
I do. We know that top advisor to the president has been fired because of his connection to the Russian government.
Right now, small wonder, her focus is on our 45th president. We learned the former Harvard law professor has been studying him for some time.
Actually, I watched The Apprentice for a couple of seasons.
Did you really?
Yeah, I really did.
What'd you think of that guy who was the host?
It was an interesting show, the first season. By the second season, I kind of got tired of it. It's sort of the same old shtick.
Tired of him?
Yeah, he was the shtick. I ask leave of the Senate to continue my remarks.
Is there objection?
Object.
Shtick may have been what some of her GOP Senate colleagues thought in February.
The senator will take her seat.
Republicans voted to silence Warren for impugning the character of Trump's Attorney General nominee, Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions.
She was warned. She was given an explanation. Nevertheless, she persisted.
Warren was reading a 1986 letter from the widow of Martin Luther King Jr. that criticized Sessions. Once silenced, she kept right on reading outside the Senate chamber.
Mr. Sessions sought to punish older black civil rights activists.
Do you think there was some sexism involved here?
I think what was really going on is people knew there's a problem with having Jeff Sessions as Attorney General of the United States.
Do you think they treated male senators differently than you?
All I can say is the next day, 4 men stood up and read exactly the same letter. And they all got to finish. Look at this.
Her persistence in opposing the new administration at almost every turn has made Elizabeth Warren both a polarizing figure and a progressive favorite. You've been described as, quote, the de facto leader of the Trump resistance. Are you comfortable with that?
Look, if it works, what I want to do is I want to have every person in this country lift their voices and be heard.
But if you're the de facto leader of the Trump resistance, doesn't it make logical sense for you to be the person who runs against him in 2020?
This isn't about the election in 4 years. This is about what happens this week.
Are you thinking about it?
No.
You're not?
I'm running for re-election here in Massachusetts. I want to stay in the Senate.
That could be a challenge. A poll earlier this year shows fewer than half of her constituents say she deserves another term. Are you confident you're going to win re-election?
Oh, I think I probably will.
Will it end your political career if you don't?
For me, this is about the work. I didn't get into this because I thought, wow, I would get to be a senator. I got into this because I thought if I'm a senator, I can fight harder and better and more effectively for people who are just busting their tails every day, for people who are up against a system that is tilted against them.
We're going to do the James Lipton inside the actor's studio part of this interview now. I'm not going to ask you for your favorite curse word. Actually, I am. Do you have a favorite curse word?
Poop.
Poop? Oh, that's a goody two-shoes
No, it's
favorite
not.
curse word
No,
if I
it's-
ever heard one.
Are you kidding? Have you ever seen a woman like me look you straight in the face after you finish some long explanation of something and then just said, poop? Try it.
Have you said that on the Senate floor?
No,
No,
not yet.
but that day could be coming.
It could be. Who knows?